Welcome to the AI for Oklahoma Classrooms podcast, a production of the Oklahoma State Department of Education's Office of AI and Digital Learning. I'm your host, Dr. Karen Leonard. I'm so glad you're here. We're starting this journey because we believe in the power of Oklahoma teachers. We know the passion you bring to your students, but we also know that Sunday night feeling, the mountain of grading, and the 3 different lesson plans you need for Monday morning. AI isn't here to replace the magic you bring to your classroom. It's here to be your ultimate teaching partner, helping you clear the busy work so you can get your weekends back and focus on what you love doing most, teaching. We're many episodes into this podcast series, and we've seen how AI can be a digital intern for teachers, helping us reclaim our Sundays and refocus on our students. But as this technology moves faster, we have to ask a hard question. Is this tool widening the gap between the haves and the have-nots? Today we're talking about the Digital Divide 2.0. We're exploring how to ensure that every student in Oklahoma, from our largest cities to our smallest rural communities, has the same opportunity to become future ready. In the last episode, we talked about answering the hard questions. We talked about how to handle skepticism from parents and administrators by using the head chef philosophy, proving that the teacher is always in control of the classroom recipe. But one of the most valid hard questions is about equity. If AI literacy is the new required skill for the workplace, what happens to the student who doesn't have high-speed internet at home or the latest laptop? As educators, we are the moral navigators of our school. And it is our job to make sure AI becomes the bridge to opportunity, not a barrier to success. The Digital Divide 2.0 isn't just about who has a device. It's about who has the opportunity to use AI for high-level thinking. We can prevent a new achievement gap by prioritizing in-class AI opportunities. Instead of assigning AI-heavy homework that relies on home technology, we can instead set aside dedicated time during the school day where all students, can experiment with prompting and editing under your guidance. We can teach the logic of prompt engineering, which really is just the logic of clear communication, using paper and pencil activities or group discussions. We can also show students how to verify AI outputs using their physical textbooks, ensuring that critical thinking doesn't depend on a high-speed connection. For our rural Oklahoma schools, this is actually a moment of incredible opportunity. AI allows a teacher in a small district managing multiple preps to provide the same level of personalized, interest-matched content that a student might get in a much larger system. By bringing these tools into our rural classrooms, we're ensuring our students are just as competitive in the global workforce as their urban peers. We aren't just teaching tech. We're teaching the agency and responsibility that allows our students to lead, no matter where they live. We also need to keep a grasp on the human at the center of equity. As always, the brain is the boss. AI can generate 1,000 ideas, but it can't care about a student's future. That's your job. By being intentional about how we use these tools in the classroom, we ensure that every Oklahoma child, regardless of their zip code, has a teacher who is empowered, energized, and equipped to lead them into the future. While our in-class strategies are vital, the Digital Divide 2.0 is a systemic challenge that requires us to step into the role of systemic change agents. equity isn't just about what we do with the students in front of us. It's about the infrastructure and policies that govern their access. This means advocating for sustainable funding models that treat high-speed internet as a utility, not a luxury. Rural teachers, your voices are powerful here. You are the ones seeing firsthand how a student's potential is capped by slow connection. To advocate effectively, start by documenting the success gap. When you use AI to help a student with a learning disability find a new way to express their ideas, or when a rural student uses a large language model to explore career paths they didn't know existed, share those stories with your school board and state legislators. Concrete examples of AI as an equalizer are much more persuasive than abstract talk about technology. At the end of every episode, we end with the tomorrow morning test, one actionable AI win you can use in your classroom the very next day. This episode's test is called the In-Class AI Pilot. First, identify one upcoming assignment where students usually struggle with the blank page barrier. Instead of sending it home, spend 10 minutes in class the next day using an AI tool on your projector to brainstorm 5 different starting points or outlines as a whole group. Then, watch how this levels the playing field for students who may not have support or technology at home, giving everyone the same first draft advantage to start their work. Well, that's it for this episode. You're now an advocate for equity, ensuring that the AI revolution includes every student in your care. In our next episode, we'll dive into media literacy and deep fakes, helping you teach students how to verify video and audio content in an age where seeing isn't always believing. Thank you for joining me for this episode of AI for Oklahoma Classrooms, brought to you by the OSDE's Office of AI and Digital Learning. If you found today's episode helpful, please share it with a colleague who could use a little more time back in their day. Remember this: AI lightens the load. You bring the heart, the expertise, and make the impact in your classroom. See you next time.